Couple quick tips on self-employment and irregular income planning. This is something that I know I've had questions about and I've dialogued with people about in coaching consultations. And it's because if you're self-employed or if you have a contractor type relationship or an hourly even type of income, it's possible that you have an irregular income. Now you may kind of have a baseline. What I would suggest if you are self-employed is setting an income goal. So like number one, it is important to understand what are your bills, but set a goal. What do you want to make in the business? And then there's a proverb that I would encourage you to put to practice. Know the state of your flocks. Now, you may say, I don't own any animals. That's okay. The point is, have a dashboard of knowing what are your balances, what are your invoices, what's coming in, what's the savings in the business, what have you made, and what are you going to make. And we could talk about a whole lot of other things that I could do tips on in the future about retained earnings and planning and running a business without debt. And those are all principles that if we're going to live debt-free and seek to have financial health and a robust financial life for our private finances, it's just as important for our business. And that might kind of be a new idea, but you don't have to leverage the stress of debt and such for your business. You can run it the same way and grow at the speed of cash as you do your personal finances. But I would say keep that dashboard, even if it's a paper ledger, whether it's an app that you use that you plug stuff into and are able to see where things are, but take the time to check in for a few minutes, see where your goal is. Actually, there are times where I've been self-employed, and I'll be transparent for a minute. You kind of get discouraged because it's like, okay, this week I don't feel like I made my income goal or whatever, and you're not seeing the trickles if you're not taking the time to look at the state of your flocks. Where are you really? Are you a couple $100 away from your goal of your monthly income? Are you dramatically behind? Are you ahead? Checking in helps you to see reality, and then you can begin to make pivots and decisions based on that. Another thing in addition to keeping track is when you're irregularly planning your income, keep a list of activities or things you'd like to do. And so I'm doing this now in self-employment. I'm not saying something I haven't put into practice, but I'm going to use an illustration from the last business I ran, which is being self-employed and doing a lot of odd jobs and handyman work.